Hey, and welcome everyone to Sketch Zone Podcast. I'm Carlos. This is episode 124, and we are bringing back one of our unique guests. He does something that we haven't talked to anyone yet that does what Diego does. That, my friends, obviously I said his name, Diego Gonzalez.
Yeah. Very cool. Diego Diablo, right? That's my new handle, I guess you'd say.
Diego Diablo.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, welcome back. It's going to be fun to catch back up with you because I know you've been getting into some new stuff, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. But before we talk to Diego about all those new things that he's getting into, let's welcome Charlie B. Williams III.
Yo, what's up, Sketch Zone Nation? I love the improvisational clapping today for me, Carlos. Thank you.
Oh, hang on.
I'm so excited.
Hang on. Woo! Gotta get that guy in there.
That one guy.
That one guy. He's always super excited.
Awesome. I'm excited for the show. Let's get started, and because we're doing some new stuff this week. Yeah.
So before we get into all the wonderful new things, Jack won't be with us this week. He had a family emergency, so he's actually in Wisconsin right now. He might be actually watching. If you are, Jack, let us know. Otherwise, we will be talking about you
a lot.
But we have zero sound effects. But before we get into that, I'm trying to find my mouse. And let's get into fun prompt.
Nice.
Every day is a good day when you paint. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, since we skipped a couple weeks, we're gonna go over a couple topics that we did. And a couple weeks ago, we had a futuristic mechanic war machine. And I'm going to show you mine first because I was actually the first one to post it. And so we have some character yelling into the Tweet-O-Matic 5000. I think our president had said something goofy, and I was just like, okay. So that's the new one. And then obviously we have Shiloh Gordon, Shiloh illustration. He's just consistently amazing.
Killing it.
And then, before I forget, because I always forget, if you guys have any questions for anyone on the panel, please feel free to use the chat. And this is opening the doors to one of the new things that we're doing. Not only are we on YouTube, but we're also streaming live on Twitch. Yeah. So you could be watching us on Twitch. Interact with us on Twitch. Charlie's got the boards on Twitch. I got the boards on YouTube. And if you're not watching on any one of those and you do want to reach out to us at any time, we have operators standing by on the Sketch Zone hotline. That's 408-SKETCH-8. It's 408-753-8248. And if you're calling internationally, it's 011-408-753-8248. All right, now that we got that out of the way, the next prompt from last week was a punk witch. So now, if you listen to any kind of rap music, you might have misunderstood that. But punk witch. Let's see. We got. I didn't repost mine. I'll repost it again. But this is Shiloh.
Nice.
Yeah, punk witch with her little trick or treat. You know what? What was funny is a punk witch. And it was Halloween. It literally just now clicked.
Yeah, it kind of worked out good.
It works out, man.
And then, coming off of a very productive Inktober, we have
Yeah, it's
Jack, Sketchbook Jack. He
Mhm.
actually made a couple / few of these drawings. This is his Punk Witch. But then he came out with
nice.
this one, and this was actually a series of them.
He used color. Yes.
Yeah. So he did this one, and he used a few different colors. It was the same drawing, but he had different. Let me see if I can.
Jack is starting to use color. Jack historically likes to only use black and white to style, signature style. And
He's been flirting with color.
yeah, dabbling here and there.
Yeah. So this is his purple, the peach,
like that.
and the green. So yeah, it's pretty neat.
That'd be a cool T-shirt.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then here's my, since I mistreat myself, this is my Punk Witch.
Nice.
My girl's wearing them. What is that? What is that pattern?
Oh, it's like
not Argyle. Whatever.
Yeah.
Flannel pattern. Tight ass flannel pattern pants. So yeah. So and then I think we had. That was it for the Punk Witch. So yeah, so if you are doing, or if you're interested in participating, we will show your artwork on the show.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're going to be doing something new, and we're working on the bugs, but we're going to be trying to reach out to the Instagram audience and trying to get them, try to get some random person that someone that doesn't know what's about to happen, get them to log in, and then we can start a conversation with them on Instagram.
Great.
Oh, that's cool.
Instagram Live.
The live feed? The Instagram Live?
Plaid. Thanks, Dave.
Dave Atsy.
Nice. Turtles. Plaid.
Dave,
damn it.
Dave, you have to go look at it on Twitch also. Tell us how it is. You know.
Yeah, so if you're watching this show on Twitch, let us know, because we've tried this before, and the first time it wasn't as smooth. So we're hoping this upgraded technology will help us. So that's the fun prompt. So now that we have Diego Gonzalez with us, I have the trusty Sketch Zone fun prompt cards with me. I am shuffling them as we speak.
Nice.
And I'm going to lay them out. And I need Diego Gonzalez to pick a number between 1 and 5.
1 and 5?
Yep.
All right, so what, choose one?
Yeah.
Through 1. Let's try 1.
1? Ooh, that's a good number. A creature. This is going to be fun.
Oh, it's a good pick.
This is going to be fun.
It's a good pick, unless the last part's not good.
Okay, it says the beast reared its head as the boy approached cautiously. That's more of a situation than it is a creature. So I'm gonna say no.
Oh, we're going to the second one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It actually has to be. Here we go. Animals with tentacle legs.
Okay.
That's actually a creature. Like the first one is more of a situation, and I think
how do you get the situation, but like not when we get the first one as a creature. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, or if it's going to be a good situation, like you can't just come up with some goofy, weird thing that happened and blah blah blah. I get out of here with that mess.
Cool. One more time. What is it?
Animals with tentacle legs.
Nice.
So that opens the door to a lot of different things. Animals. So yeah. So I'm gonna be thinking about that one because I want to get clever. New fun prompt, animal with tentacle legs. Okay. Well, thank you, Diego, for helping out with picking that out. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, because you know how when someone says, "Hey, draw this one specific thing," it makes it a lot easier for you, or at least for me.
Right.
Yeah.
But when someone says, "Draw something," it's like, Diego, how do you approach something like that? Like when someone comes to you. So first off, Diego, what is it that you do for a living?
I'm a professional airbrush artist and body painter. I guess you have those two together.
Yeah.
So
So if someone comes up to you and says, "Look, I want you to airbrush my body, do whatever you want."
I do things. I paint things I like. I do like Comic-Con, so I do like a lot of cosplay stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny because I get these models that like want to be like Egyptian goddesses or queens, and like they want these like huge like treatments that are just like girly, and then I go the totally opposite way. I'm like, I'm gonna turn you into like Deadpool or something. And they're like, what? I'm like, no, it's cool. We're doing Star Wars. I've never seen Star Wars. And I was like, I'll talk to you. Star Wars.
I like how they're oblivious to what they're actually getting made into.
Yeah, right.
My first, I mean, a lot. My first, I'm like, yeah, I'll do whatever, paint whatever you want. I was like really complacent to them and stuff or whatever. And now I'm just like, no, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
My way, kind of thing. Yeah, I usually come around like, oh yeah, I haven't seen Star Wars, but I'm sure I love it. Oh my gosh, whatever.
Oh my gosh!
Quick little shout out to my homie Fitzy. Hi, Fitzy.
But no, I mean after the whatever, it becomes pretty cool.
We should have Fitzy on to fill in for Jack.
We're working on it. Fitzy is incredibly busy. Yeah, I actually met her face to face not too long ago. Jack is dealing with a family emergency, actually, but Fitzy had a costume party, last weekend, I think, and I was able to go, and that was a good time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She said, "I'm so busy." Meh. Yeah. Literally everyone that was like, "Oh my God, I love Fitzy. She's going to work herself to death." Literally everyone that I talked to that weekend.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, but no, she's super cool. The party was fun. I went dressed up as a Cubs player.
No, you? No.
Yeah. It was funny because I have bits and pieces of my uniform back when I played, and then all I did was throw a Cubs jersey on, and it has my name on it. So I went home. Nice. And people are like, "Oh, you're a Cubs player." I was like, "No, actually, I'm my childhood dream." Nice. Dave Etsy says audio sync is out on Twitch. Oh, yeah, nice. I had these incredibly huge clown shoes. I should run and get them, but they're in the next room. So yeah, I had if I was standing next to a table, I just looked like what I was hoping was a normal baseball player. And then I'd walk out from in back of the table. People are like, "What the hell?" Like, these shoes are just like big, huge clown shoes, and they're tennis shoes. So yeah, it was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a really cool group of people. Plus Jack was there. Jack was like he was V for Vendetta.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah. We had a good time. I met a couple writers.
Oh, nice.
It was so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like punchline after punchline after punchline, and it was we laughed so hard my face was hurting. So It's Fitzy says everyone loved Carlos. Yeah, they felt bad for me. People, I'm trying to crack jokes and stuff, and they're like, "Wah, wah." No, I'm kidding. No, it's when you're amongst your people, it's so easy. All you have to do is be yourself. Like I'm sure. So we had Diego on the show before, and then you guys bumped into each other at a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Right. And how cool was that? Like, describe that.
So, what, Diego? Yeah.
When I'm in the Comic-Con, I'm working on this like crazy frenzy mode. So I'm like, hope Charlie doesn't think I'm a jerk. Like, I'm working. But it's funny because I went there and I met Charlie and I recognized him immediately. But I ran to Jerry Lawler, the king, and I didn't recognize him. So, like, I recognized Charlie. That's pretty fun.
Actually makes me feel good. No, yeah, it was cool. It's always cool to see somebody in real life that you've already met. I feel like with Diego, the same thing is going to happen to a lot of the artists we've had on the show so far. And I've had some of my really good friends we still haven't met, in person yet. Because it's just in the video and the last 5 or 6 years on social media, how it's evolved, it's bound to happen. And that happened to us, Carlos. Actually, it happened to us at SIGGRAPH, so
yeah.
Meeting,
and this is when we had just barely started the show.
Yeah. So Justin Goby Fields, Steve Tarkovsky,
Ara Kermanakian.
Yeah. Ara, and then there's one other person.
That's cool.
I think Nikito. There's a bunch of people that like live in the LA area, and so like when I was out there, it's like cool. And instantly when they see him, it was like, hey, it didn't even feel like we should have been like, hey, nice to meet you finally.
Yeah. And then when I went to CTN last year, I was sitting there at the what is it, the Wacom Showdown, I think it was called.
That's cool.
And I was just sitting there, and some kid looked up, and he goes, "Hey, you're Carlos from Sketch Zone." I was like, "That was cool."
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
yeah, that was cool. Speaking of which, CTN is not this weekend, but next weekend, and already? I wanted to go, but see the way that my bank account is set up,
it's like not this year.
Yeah, we should go to all these things. There's like so much stuff going on,
I know.
It's motivating though. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
No, it's definitely fun.
Those events are really benefit. I think they benefit us more than anybody. I feel like as creatives, like we meet people and we're like, oh, I know you, so now I want to meet more people like you. It's like addictive or something. That's the way I feel, at least.
Just a simple fact of, you can go to something like I just got back from Adobe Max. And just the simple fact that you could be around 20 people and you say drop shadows, right? And they know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas like at Thanksgiving, I can say that and people will be like, man, get out of here. Go outside.
They look at you crazy like, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so CTN is about to happen. There was another bit of news that may or may not interest people. Twitter went up to 280 characters.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that.
I thought they were not going to do that. Mm-hmm.
Yep, they did it.
I just letting people rant.
What's that, Diego?
So they jumped the shark?
Yeah. I still don't fully understand. Mind you, no, we don't need to go down that route. I still don't fully understand that business plan.
I think they don't either.
Yeah. Could you imagine if doubling the character size on Twitter just made their stock skyrocket?
Right.
Like all of a sudden people are like, yes, this is what I want.
People were saying though with Twitter though that like it's a weird slow dying model, or it's really hard to make money off of that model. Very different from Facebook or Instagram, because they don't really know how to do it or what it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people use it, obviously. But I think from a money making standpoint, it's been a constant like struggle for them to try to figure out from what I've been reading. You know.
Diego, do you get into tweeting a lot?
Yeah, you know what? Now I'm in it now because Twitch is actually there's a thing with Twitch and Twitter. So now I'm just like migrating everything, all my efforts to like Twitter. I'm on Twitter all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I'm trying to learn it now.
So it's definitely it's cool. It's cool. I call it like a network, drive. Everybody's using it, and everybody's passing their information through. But at the same time, it's like, how do you monetize that? On Twitter at least. Instagram can be a little bit easier, right? Facebook can be a little bit easier, but
yeah,
the other ones, Twitter itself is like, advertisement's not as cut and dry, I guess. But people still need to use it.
Yeah, the business model behind Instagram makes way more sense to me because I don't know if you guys know this, but you might get, like, if I post one of my fun prompts and you log in and you missed it, right? You just scrolled a little bit. Like, next time you come in, it might go and get that image and show it to you. Right? Whereas in Twitter, I might tweet something and you're not logged in.
Yeah.
And you just missed it. So the only way that you're going to be able to get to what I'm trying to say is by actually going to my Twitter feed. And my question to you guys is, like, do you ever do that? Do you ever go to someone specific? Like, do you ever go to Diego's Twitter feed to say, let me see what Diego has said in the past, 10 tweets, whatever? No, nobody does that.
No.
I've gotten back into it more lately and downloaded a decent Twitter app, but I feel like I'm scrolling through on the actual live feeds and stuff, or the daily stuff, and then jumping back off, or finding myself seeing a link for Instagram. The next thing you know, I'm just on Instagram and I'm going through all the daily stuff on Instagram instead, because it's like less. I don't want to say it's less noise, because I found some really cool artists subsections on Twitter, so I found really cool artists that way, and I'm like, oh, cool, I want to dive in this more. I think there was a while where there's a bunch of Black artists like posting, I think, some kind of hashtag or something, and I started finding all these crazy cool artists similar in the same vein as like Anthony Piper and stuff like that, the same style. But outside of that, and finding other different things like that on the daily, but outside of that, I'm not going right back to Instagram.
And they even went out and got the rights to show, what was it, Thursday Night Football?
Oh, yeah.
Instagram?
Not Instagram, Twitter.
Twitter, really?
Yeah.
I feel like Twitter's more primitive. Like, they need to update everything, and I feel like all the social medias are like copying each other, because everything now has live. Facebook has live. Instagram has live. It's all meshing into the same thing.
Right.
And wasn't Twitter live first, right? What was?
No, it was Periscope.
Was that through Twitter though?
Yeah.
Periscope was doing it by themselves, and then Twitter bought them. Because they needed to figure out what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just all like everyone's just copying each other and just like but it's working. So it's funny. It's like I'm copying you like blatantly, and then it's working.
Yeah. But if it falls under your umbrella, it starts to make more sense. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
Instagram works because it's under the umbrella of Facebook,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything Google, with the exception of what was Google's social media platform, Google Plus,
Yeah.
that never really quite took off. I'm not really sure. I think they're dipping their toes into something that maybe didn't need to be dipped in.
Right.
But
It didn't really seem like trying too hard, honestly.
But yeah, they were pushing way too hard.
I mean, the best thing that came out of it was this Hangout thing.
Right. I mean, take a look at whatever Google Plus ended up being. I still don't know. And I tried hard to figure that out, but I just couldn't.
No.
I
There's like
just
no one
couldn't.
there. It's like really, it feels like there's like no one there.
Right. I mean, from what I understand, it was really great for photographers, and there was a bunch of photographers that ended up getting a lot of work because people were seeing their work. And then Instagram came and just pulled the rug out from under that whole idea.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and I like Twitter. I'm learning Twitter, and Twitch is actually owned by Amazon. Do you guys know that? Like Twitch is like.
I didn't. I don't think I did.
Yeah, if you have Amazon Prime membership, you get like you're a Twitch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Something with Twitch or whatever.
Yeah, you get Twitch. What is that? Twitch Plus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For free.
And then like Twitch has a whole app now, Windows app, right? So you can do it natively, and you don't have to do it through the browser. And with that said, there's all these other type of, games, because Amazon bought, the CryEngine a couple years ago now. It's called Amazon Lumberyard. So that's their own game engine, which is a really good game engine, if you will. It's always CryEngine, which was the base for it. Crytek was the original company for this engine. They were always the third place engine, or they used to be the engine back in the day that would push crazy. They would push crazy, like, like specs on the PC. So they brought that framework, integrated it with Amazon's, web servers, because Amazon has crazy servers and stuff. So you have an online game that's all cool, which then ties into Twitch, and then they put specific Twitch functionality in your games. So they're trying to target all these streamers and stuff like that on Twitch, that when new games come out, a lot of time games come out in the form of betas, soft launches, where you can be in like alpha and your game be released and people paying you money already. That's like the climate of like gaming now, where they've monetized the word beta basically to get gamers to buy into their games sooner. So having that integration with Twitch, being able to have streamers interact in these games or in those games type using Lumberyard and stuff like that early, is really key. So on the Twitch app, there's a bunch of other games and stuff that are integrated now, which I think that's like a tale of what it's going to be like in the future, So it's interesting.
Yeah.
That Twitch first started as Justin TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that.
And that was, I don't think it was game related yet. And that's where I'm sure it was technology related, but it was it was keeping up with the Kardashians meets YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's where, I still follow her to this day. Justine, she does a lot of really cool tech reviews and goes out, and she's just a really cute, well-versed, super smart technology language speaking young lady that goes out there and geeks out on technology. And everyone is eating it up. She got her start on Justin TV.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Yeah. How are you, Diego? How are you finding streaming on Twitch?
I like it. I love it. I think it's cool. It's hard. It's difficult. And it takes like a degree of technical skill, which I kind of like, which means that like, you know, you can't have a bunch of people taking up a space that, you know, that don't know how to use it. I don't know if that's wrong to say, you know, but like, you know, YouTube, anybody can just get on and just publish content it's not good. It's bad content, you know?
Sure.
And it forces you to be good to make better content. If that makes, is that okay? I don't know.
What's that gauge? Because I mean, I've watched Twitch, and if you go, I usually go in and I'll watch the creative streams.
Yeah. You know, you have to have like, you know, better setup, more equipment. You have to kind of like have more of an investment too than the YouTube.
Yeah.
So I take those people more seriously. And also the community is like, they're a bunch of nerds. So like when they have like streamers that are just like chicks that are, you know, with their boobs out and they just want to get attention, like they'll go in and raid them and like, you know, just like, you know, berate them.
Start yelling at them. Don't put on a shirt, you dirty.
You know, I don't know. It's unlike anything on the internet because, you know, it's funny that way. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It's weird because I've had an account on Twitch for a pretty long time. Even I remember when they switched over first, nice. You know, from Justin.tv, and then it's weird because they used to have a very, very strict policy on like what can be on Twitch. You know,
yeah.
The whole creative section, the whole artists being on there now, and the whole IRL sections and communities and stuff, and all these different communities and people doing random stuff is a new thing, and it's kind of turned Twitch into like, you know, a universal YouTube cam type site, which is a little bit different, where it used to be just strictly gaming. Now they probably found out that like there's a market share in expanding their horizons and not just keeping gaming. But a long time they had a problem, I would say about, I mean, they quickly fixed it, but they had a problem like around 3-4 years ago, with their with the influctuation of like, maybe longer ago actually, now I think about it, but with the new consoles that came out, you know, they're a lot more advanced than what they were before, and they had a lot more integration with social media, and they allowed you to stream and stuff like that. And PlayStation 4 had it where it's like a one button streaming, you know, and then they had it connected to, and they still do, they have it connected to Twitch, so you can like stream while you play your PlayStation, and now everyone can have a streaming thing. And then they had things through like the PlayStation iToy and a couple of the other things, where that connected to Twitch too. You know, people, and next thing you know, people would just have the PlayStation. I forget what it was called. I think it was iToy. Maybe it wasn't iToy. Maybe it was the older one. But it was like a PlayStation room, basically, where kind of like you can sit there and like look at the screen, and then like it's almost augmented reality, almost, if you will. But it was a webcam, so it showed your living room or whatever. And then after a while, people would just have that up. They realized they can just be online, and they were doing what the normal cam type sites do, where people were just chilling, and on a Friday night, people would show parties they were having at their house and stuff like that. And like,
that's crazy.
You know, they started getting, you know, the wrong type of people just doing crazy stuff at late night and stuff like that. And it was crazy. So I'm sure Twitch is like, I don't know how big their like, you know, service department was at the time, but they were banning people like crazy on Friday night. Friday night probably had to be the worst night of the week for them, because they were looking, and all of a sudden, like, you know, some guy has been streaming all night with him and his girlfriend, you know, and then 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah, they probably should have cut that stream off, but they didn't, you know, and they were having to like close that down, or they were just not really playing games, and it was breaking Twitch's terms of service to an extent, because they're not playing games, right? So if they realized you were just sitting there talking, you had 400 people or 30 people watching you, or 100 people watching you and you're not really doing anything, you're not really playing a game, they're banning accounts, you know, like
Sure.
left and right, you know, because of that. And it's so crazy to see it now. Fast forward, all that stuff would be welcomed down on Twitch, and people were trying to get like creative where they would have something in the corner to signify that they are playing something, and really they weren't. They just wanted the live stream, you know.
Yeah.
They just wanted the live stream on Twitch. It's funny. It was funny because like literally that first night, that first couple weekends it came out, I went on there just to be like to watch the circus. I'm like
all the ratchets.
It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and homie from the hood is like had his 40 right next to him, and his goons around him, and it's like the people that should never ever be streaming.
Yeah,
and they're just live on Twitch, and I'm just like, oh, somebody's kids are watching this right now.
Who was it? I don't want to go too far away from Twitch, but who was it? I think it was when, not Facebook, probably. I think it probably was Periscope. I was watching streams from different areas, and I happened to click on one of the streams where these kids were having driveway UFC fights.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, they have me hooked.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, heart.
It's crazy.
Follow.
When you watch, because it's like, you know, it's not somebody being a streamer, and it's just the realness of it. It's like makes you want to watch, because then you can see the list of things and you can say, wait a minute, they're up to no good. Okay, what are they doing? Oh, cool. We'll come back later. They have the strobe light on, but it's not that many people, you know, there yet. I'll come back. I've gone back at 2 o'clock. Oh wow, they got 30 people in that house right now.
Yeah.
You know, and then Twitch will be like
this past weekend, we had him on the show. The last show, episode 123, was Jeff Mind One TV. Mind the number one in TV, and usually he streams games, but on Saturday nights he streams his DJ sessions, his DJ sets. And I watched this Saturday. I was working on something, and I was like drawing and trying to get something out the door, so I just put him on there and, you know, chatting back and forth with him while he's spinning records and stuff, and it was a good time.
Yeah, Twitch is great for that.
At like 1:30 in the morning, I was sending him messages. I was like, bro, like start playing some dead jams so I can go to bed. I can't go to bed because you keep playing music that's just really, really good. And the place went from like 2-3 people just sitting around to the dance floor was just packed.
Yeah.
I was like, this is bananas. I'm all in. So now, now that I'm thinking all the way through, I want to take advantage of this situation. If I'm drawing, I need to figure out how to take the music he's playing, loop it back into my stream, so that as I draw, people will be able to drop it like it hot. Twerk to my pencil.
Nice. There's a couple good DJ streams now. That are on Twitch. There's one guy that he's like, you can definitely tell he's at his house, but I feel like he's working out his set all week, and it's like really good. He has the lights and strobe lights going, and like, you know, it's dark, and he's like, he'll get like 1,000 people, man. Like, it's the cool part of Twitch is like you get the views if you stay on it long enough, and I think I don't support too many subscribe too many ones like where you send them a little money each month. But there's one guy that and he's a really good streamer. His name is DJ Knight, and that's his name, DJ. But it's cool to see someone start. So like Diego's starting now, right? And like he's on Twitch now, and you see the progression if you're on Twitch a lot and you follow people, because I follow a lot of people, you see their progression of somebody that gets 20 views, or even a sketch zone. We're getting so many views we'll get tonight, or we'll work out our kinks and stuff. You see them move up. You see their equipment get better and better, and then you see their like viewership go up. So I've watched DJ go from like 20 people to like 30 people to 100 people on a Friday night to him streaming maybe twice a week because he was teaching. And the reason why I follow him because he was similar to me. He like worked in the game industry, and then he went from the game industry to teaching. So he was teaching. They never said where he was teaching, but he just knew he was teaching. But you could tell he's very knowledgeable about games, and he liked playing games, and he worked, and he had a career in it. But he was military based, and you'd like him, Carlos and stuff like that. So he had a background in that, and he had a really good voice for like for streaming and stuff like that. And he's very, very personable. Dude, I've watched this guy go up. I watched this guy finally get partnered, so we should probably talk about that. You know, Twitch, so you get so many views after a while, just like in YouTube, but a little bit different in Twitch. After you get so many views and you're consistent, you can apply for partnership with Twitch. And that's the little button, if you're on Twitch now, that's a little button that says subscribe to the person. And I think it's like $4.99 a month that'll get deducted from your account. And so basically you give them $5 a month. Yeah. And now you become a partner streamer based on you know how many views you have. But like it's a process, so you have to get a certain amount of like concurrent viewers for a certain amount of time. Sure. And then they'll tell you when you've hit it. You know, there's a whole I think there's a whole applying process. And Diego, I'm sure you've been looking into this too, because that's where you want to get to for streamer. You want to have that subscribe button, you know, because now you can actually start to try to make money. And the more people you get, the more people who can get subscribed to you. And then first it starts out with following. So you try to get people to follow you, because then they'll get notified every time you're streaming. Right. And then you get subscribed. And once you get a subscriber list, now that you can do certain things for your subscribers and stuff like that. So it's almost like, Carlos, when we talk about Patreon, you know. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you can't type in the chat unless you're subscribed. You know, sometimes they do different things like that too. But it's really cool to watch somebody go from the bottom and then get all the way up to the top. And next thing you know, they're going to TwitchCon, they're going to PAX East, and people are donating to them. And for everybody who's listening on YouTube and stuff like that, if you're looking for how crazy this can get for being subscribed and stuff with Twitch and stuff, look up or do a Google search on it's on YouTube. You can watch. You don't have to do Google. It's on YouTube. Search on YouTube for Twitch. What is it called? Not bonuses. It's called. It's where basically you can like donate. Okay, yeah, donations, right? You can donate to people or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like there's random people or there's random subscribers for different famous Twitch streamers and stuff like that will donate buku amounts of money. Yeah. And it's a whole thing where like you can watch a Twitch streamer or watch a girl playing a game or whatever, or a guy who's really good at Call of Duty or like Counter-Strike, and then somebody will drop 10 grand and donate it to them instantly. I've seen 100 grand. There's videos out there for like 100 grand. Like somebody will just drop it.
And what were they doing for 100 grand donation?
Nothing. They were streaming like normal, and some guys or some girls or whoever, internet people just got money to waste or to give away, because they're like, I've been following you since the beginning. I like what you do or whatever you're entertaining, because people come on here and it becomes their version of Netflix. Sure. I know some people that all they do is Twitch, right? They'll watch. Why people always ask, why do you watch people playing games? You know, and I'm like, well, why do you watch?
Cheaper than actually buying them.
True, but at the same time, I say, why do you watch somebody playing basketball, or why do you watch somebody playing football?
Very true.
It's the same thing.
Very good point.
It's the same thing. So, and it's exciting. If you have not watched a fighting game tournament for the FGC, which is fighting game community, it's revolutionized that community and those games for Capcom.
Do you think I'd make a killing if I got on there and started like Candy Crushing?
Yeah, probably.
There is subsets that do that. There's subsets that do power runs.
You know, I'm kind of a Candy Crush boss.
Here we go. You found a way to bring it back. You know,
I was talking to my sister. It's funny. I'm like, I don't guess I'm old or something, but playing video games on Twitch would be like a chore for me. Like I would do it just to get subscribers, but I'm not. I really enjoy it. Like, oh, I got to play a video game on Friday just to have this section. I don't know. Like, I guess I'm old. I don't know.
They got to change it though. So imagine they start getting the Oculus into it. I could totally see you playing a VR game, but be like Tilt Brush, where you're painting in VR. Have you seen those, Diego?
That would be cool.
No, I haven't seen those yet. No.
Look up. So after the show, look up Tilt Brush. You know, it's imagine doing your strokes in 3D. So you do your stroke, but then you can walk around it. You know, it's a living.
It's pretty crazy.
Living structure right around you. There's whole murals that people make.
Are people streaming that right now?
Not yet.
Okay. I was gonna say that takes a lot.
It's still hard to like show that, you know, because you can't see it, you know, I mean, you could actually. There's a way to do it. There's also a thing called mixed reality. Look that up on YouTube if you want to know what I'm talking about when showing people what VR looks like. But it's still kind of like a trick of compositing at this point. You know, we're doing it at work. We've got it almost working live, real time.
Cool.
But
Nice.
it's still a trick. So because it's hard to, it's a hard thing to sell for VR. It's hard to tell people because it looks like a game to them. So like. Yeah. Until you can show the person who's in VR, who's experiencing VR in the game, and that's what mixed reality is. It's like we have a green screen where we shoot them on a camera in front while they have the headset on, and then we impose them back into the game that they're in real time. So it's all lined up. So now if I was doing Tilt Brush, you can see me doing it in real time with my headset on, and then you understand how I'm immersed. But outside of that, for VR, you don't really understand because it looks like a game or it looks like anything else, and you lose the whole immersion of it, which is the main thing that people are trying to figure out with VR.
So Diego, what kind of things are you streaming?
I do live. I'm doing like some T-shirts. I'm actually just doing my work, my orders.
I was gonna be like, aren't you getting in trouble for doing live body painting?
Body? Oh no, I don't do body art.
You could.
He could if he wanted to get kicked off.
No, you could do it now. Still,
nudies.
There's a channel.
They're not new. They're already half painted.
So
there's
like I said, or whatever.
Yeah, girls are like innovative. When the cam girls have infiltrated into Twitch that are like gamers. Yeah. Well, now they love it because they don't have to act like they like games anymore. Similar to what Diego was saying. Yeah. Now there's an IRL one. So there can be a girl that's just standing there and she's like painting cosplay, you know, and she's fully painted so you can't see anything, but has 5,000 people watching her.
Yeah, they have a crazy ridiculous amount of followers. I think I had a YouTube video I put up for body paint. I got 32,000 views in like a week.
So if Diego,
is that on Twitch or is that on YouTube? Right? YouTube.
It's on YouTube, but you know,
it don't matter. That's beast.
Yeah, he could do it if he just kickstarted it where like she's already like got a base coat of white over her, you know, like or a bodysuit. People would tune in like crazy then.
But then that's part of my art, but that's just part of it. Like that's not my thing. Yeah. I don't know. Like I like making paintings and I don't know, like I like art. The majority of my art's not body art, I guess I'd say. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to have a huge following of body art and be like, you know, just I have to do this now and I can't do anything else. No one's gonna watch.
Because then you got to deal with the quote, the people talking. Hey, when are you gonna do a body art tonight?
Yeah, that's all. They come from the creepiest parts of the internet. Like I'm gonna tell you that. Like your followers are gonna be like the biggest creeps ever. They're not gonna be art appreciation. They're gonna be like
not the best people you want around. Yeah, that's why it's always interesting when we were talking about the PlayStation stuff earlier. That the model now, since it's grown to this juggernaut that is Twitch, which is amazing, but at the same time, I don't like all the cam type streaming. You know, I wish it was a different thing for it. Some of that stuff is kind of interesting when you see some person in their backyard like chopping wood and making stuff. I've seen people do what's the thing? Not masonry, blacksmithing, Carlos. They're like on a Friday night, they have like they're like forge and everything, and they're literally like making weapons or making different things. Like look in the other section outside of creative, like it's a crazy thing. People are cooking like cooking shows now on Twitch that are crazy. You know, even the and then now like celebrities are getting into it. So we know that like Terry Crews, he's always playing games. Rampage Jackson, Mighty Mouse is on all the time streaming.
That's pretty cool.
There's a bunch of like adult stars are on it now, which is crazy because now they're like just on it chilling, talking, you know. And
Terry Crews built a machine specifically to game on Twitch.
Yeah, it's a way to hang out with it's the way to hang out with his son, he said, which I thought was kind of admirable.
That is very cool.
Because he's like, he didn't want to do because he wasn't playing the console stuff, Terry said. And he was like, well, let's get a computer and do Twitch. And then he was building it on Twitch and was like, am I doing this right, guys? Like, he built it from scratch. I give him all the props.
I
watched him put in his like, you know, his like a motherboard and everything. I'm like, man, this, because he could totally easily have somebody build it for him. But he's like, no, I got all the stuff here. I'm like, that's crazy.
I try to stream on Twitch, and then something happens where I might be working on something that I can't stream. So then that derails me a little bit, but I need to get better at setting up a time to stream. And now that I think about it, I've already done this once where I streamed one of the weekly fun prompts. And I think that's what I'm going to use as an excuse. At least one day a week, I'll be able to stream creating the actual fun prompt. And then that way I have a solid excuse to continue to stream at least once a week.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I do agree.
Yeah.
It's like motivating to me. Like, okay, yeah, it makes me want to work on a project that I'm dreading to, you know, because there's like also another reward on top of getting the project done is building my following while I do it, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. And one of the things that I found that I can selfishly admit to is when I'm streaming, if I'm taking my time to explain what I'm doing, it forces me to take my time and my stuff comes out better.
Yeah, I agree.
Because usually for some reason, I just feel like, I think it's everything that I've ever done professionally, everything has always been, we need this done yesterday. Everything. And so now when I sit down to work, I always feel like I'm late.
Yeah.
So when I take my time and I'm actually able to do the research and I can find, you know, go on to Pinterest and find
build a board,
build a board off of whatever it is that I'm trying to build and or draw, whatever. If I'm able to take my time to do that, everything comes out better. And actually, when I'm actually creating it, if I take my time and you know, I found myself, I'll talk to myself as I'm doing something and I say, oh, this is something that I've been struggling with, you know, drawing this eye always looks like someone has a lazy eye. So then I actually put it out there. And so live streaming, I'm fixing my drawing. And it's just really cool I learn. I'm learning while I'm streaming too. And so, yeah, it's just, I like it specifically for that. It causes me to catch my breath, think of what I'm doing, think of what I'm saying. And the final version of whatever I'm drawing, generally speaking, is a lot better.
No, I think it's great for that. There's a couple different artists that I follow that on Twitch when the creative section opened up. It was great watching their ZBrush or their painting process. I think one of the ones I used to work with, his name is Brent, he goes by Bouch Effects. He always does really good stuff in 3D Code in terms of like that hand painted style on 3D models, you know, and that's usually a labor of love where you're just building up values over the models until it looks good. You know, it's like think of like the World of Warcraft, the Blizzard style of things, very cartoony, League of Legends, Overwatch type of style for those who know those games. And it's really cool to watch. Or there's another guy goes by the name of So Much Monsters who does really cool ZBrush stuff, and it's so nice to find an artist that's really good at that stuff, and you can sit there and talk to them and ask them because they're just hanging out with music on like you do. And I love the ones that put music in the background, not too loud, but where it's just like background music, and then like it's like you're on it's like you're chilling in their living room with them, you know, like a your own session. You know,
one of the challenges that I find is trying to find music that interests me that is not going to get my video taken away from me. You know, so
I read into that.
When I stream on Instagram Live, I usually have jazz music playing or big band music, kind of my favorite when I'm drawing, big band music. And people will message me as I'm streaming, oh, thank you for playing that music. Oh my God. Like all this electronic music, all that stuff is fine. But man, again, like if I step up and mentally I feel like I'm already late and I start listening to this, you know, the kind of stuff that like the no copyright stuff, some of that stuff is fine, but sometimes it gets going and you don't know what the hell's about to happen and F-bombs are being dropped and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't know who's watching.
Yeah, it's cool. It was such a different type of mood too. Like I remember, you know, having instructors and going to non-for-profit like drawing classes, and I like drawing classes where they've done that, and then they've had different type of cool soothing music in the background where like it's there, like the best. That's why I can't listen to music with words. My hat's off to all those guys who listen to, they can have certain types of hip hop or certain types of stuff in the background. I'm a type of person I was always taught to listen to the words, you know, and listen to lyrics. So even when I'm working at home, I can't have, you know, whatever 90s hip hop or whatever 2000 hip hop on because I'm listening to the words and now I'm not. And I've like welded the same verse 3 times or something like that, or like sculpted the same thing twice. Like I don't know. I think it's maybe part of my like, you know, ADD or something. I can't do it. It like literally is like a battle in my head where it's like I'll stop working altogether and streaming and walk away because I was like, I can't focus. So having music in the background with no words, but you know there's music back there. So it literally feel like it puts it in the back part of my head, you know, and now I can like focus on what I'm doing, but still have something where it's not dead quiet. And sometimes I like the dead quiet, but I know on streams it makes it more interesting.
I read a book about it from a Disney animator. And he said, like, he doesn't listen or do anything. It's like dead silent when he works. And he said, you know, if there's anything in the background or anything, it's a distraction. So it's impossible to do your best work. And I thought
I read that book. I can't remember what it was. Was it
Animator's Guide or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, where the younger artist asks the older artist, "Oh, what kind of music do you listen to?" He's like, "Boy, if you don't sit your ass down."
That guy's extreme, man. I don't know. I couldn't do that. That's dedication, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I've done it. I've found in times I've worked here like late night. I like working at night because everybody's asleep, and like it's my only time to myself. So like I'm sitting here, found myself doing this, and it's just like quiet, and like just focusing on whatever I'm doing. And sometimes I do that anyway, you know, because of like you feel like you can waste time. I have this like I don't know time app on my computer at work, and like at the end of the week it tell me where my time was spent based on where I've clicked on my browser and all that good stuff, and what I've clicked on, and I can see where there's can be time wasted finding the right stream in terms of like music to listen to, or Pandora music, or a Spotify list, or whatever. You constantly clicking back because you don't want to listen to that list anymore. So I've seen it where it's easier just not to have anything else on.
I think what I'm going to do is, because when you're streaming on Twitch, you can play basically whatever you want. And I guess on YouTube too. But I think what I'm going to do is play whatever music, because it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter live streaming.
And then just download the video. And when I post it to YouTube, I do like a time lapse.
Right. Because when you play it back, it might be muted in places on
Right.
Twitch if somebody goes back to your page.
Right.
But live, you know, it's fine. I think, right? Can they mute it live too?
Yeah.
Unless
I think they can now, right?
Yeah. You can add your music too. They can drop their own stuff in your music or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean,
which actually better, right? For me, I don't know. It's like I don't have to think about it now. What's the
yeah.
But then they don't hear you talk. If you're talking, everything's muted for that point.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the only thing.
But I think, at least on YouTube, if you continue to get busted for, for basically, you get a certain amount of strikes, and then they block your channel for a while or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but you can't just walk up and be playing people's music.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. They send me like a letter or like copyright, whatever. It's saying it's like, you know, we don't know you officially did it, but we're just warning you or something.
Right.
And
they're saying it's not a big deal. You have this music, at least on YouTube.
Yeah, they have a crazy.
What they'll say is these people made a claim against your video, so whatever money you make on that video is going to those people since they own the music, which kind of drives me a little bit crazy. I wouldn't mind sharing whatever little bit of money is going to be coming off of that thing, because number one, it's your music, but it's my drawing.
Yeah, I shot a music video. I worked on the set with 3 Lao. They did that one in the desert, and I had like a little clip of it. I shared to my Instagram, and that's when I was really new at like music videos. I didn't know the etiquette of the whole Hollywood thing and everything. And I was like, okay, it was like 10 seconds or something like that, or like 12 seconds. And the director like messaged me. He's like, "Hey, you can't share that." I'm like, "Oh crap, my bad, dude." You know, and part of the proceeds were going to the like a donation for a charity. So like I felt even worse, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't, you know, mean to do it."
I host the Midway documentary radio show, and we've had the musicians that made that song, and YouTube took it down. They didn't take it down. They did the copyright flag on us, and we wrote back and said, the people that you're saying have a problem with us playing this music were the people on the show.
It's one big computer algorithm. They just find it. Unless they didn't own it, it was a label.
So Diego, you were talking about getting into music videos and stuff.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, I was working on a TV show to get on called Skin Wars. I haven't really been talking about it. I don't know if I told you about it last time. And they've been, asking me to do it the last season. Something came up and I wasn't able to get on it. So this year I was trying to up the ante, right? So I did shoots in Chicago with, and then photography. And I saw a music video by my friend Billy Cox, and he's like in Northwest Indiana, Chicago area. It was awesome. I was like, dude, this thing is dope. And I had like the idea, like, well, if I have video recording my, my stuff, I have a better chance of getting the show. That was my motivation. And then I asked him, and he's like, I don't know. I'm in a band with a bunch of guys. I have to talk to them. So then I'm like, okay. And me, I'm crazy. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go over your head and message the director personally. So I found him. I creeped and I found him, and I just messaged him and sent him all my stuff. And he's like, dude, I totally like it, man. It's awesome. And he actually saw a magazine that I was in, but he saw an image that wasn't my image. It was somebody else's like body art or whatever, Yeah. But I could do it. So I'm like, he's like, oh, did you do this? And I was like, yeah, man, I totally did that. So, you know, he liked it or whatever. So he said I have this band called Breaking Benjamin. You know, they're doing a music video in New York. You know, would you want to be part of it? And I was like, yeah, heck yeah. So that was my first music video, and then I opened up the relationship with them. And
Nice,
really cool guy.
Breaking Benjamin, I like them.
Yeah, like the Diary of Jane and
yeah.
So what would you do for the videos? Like what were the main things that you were doing in it? Do the murals or what are you doing?
What was that?
I said, what was the main thing you were doing in the videos? Like what was it body art? Was it murals? Was it
the first guy or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
No, I was just trying to get on TV, to be honest with you. Like, so yeah, I was just like, okay, there's a TV show like with airbrushing. How do you know? That's what I do, specifically what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I have to do to get on it? And then as well as body paint, I'm like, okay, well, you just went to some local dive bar in like Northwest Indiana, see it out, and then, you know, got some, you know, so I had to talk these girls into letting me like just paint their neck or something stupid like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and
you're like, okay, I want to be a princess. And you're like, nope, you're a robot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, no, I have to do some crazy stuff to impress people. You're turning into like, yeah, Jurassic Park or something.
And what and what about for the music videos then also? What was those?
That was just another like me upping the ante from going from photography to videography to like bigger things to make me more legitimate in the you know, to the studio. That, at least in my eyes, like, oh, I have to do this to be one of the best to get on this show or something. And it's funny because now I've actually accomplished and done stuff that's, you know, bigger than what people actually were on the show to do. So
okay,
it worked weird that way. And actually, and then you get to the point where I'm like, oh, I forgot about the show now. Like, oh yeah, I was trying to get on this thing, you know? It kind of yeah. So I don't know. That's what I like about art. It's like you can go into so many different worlds, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, photography, videography, and all that stuff. So that's my little.
Do you want to go any deeper into music videos?
Yeah, you know, maybe. I like working on stuff that people know, you know, because they're like, hey, I worked on this music video. Then everyone automatically validates you and respects you as an artist, which is stupid, right? It's so stupid, but it's the reality of it. But I don't know. I get bored easily. Like I'll do some stuff, and then I'm like, okay, I want to do something different. So movies would be the next thing I think I would like to do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do some just because I just want to say I did it. I don't know. That's kind of the but then I don't like working for people because it's hard to like I'm my own boss. So when I get told you have to do this, this, and this, it's hard for me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know. That's how I am.
That's not a bad thing.
The movie stuff could be cool though. I can see like avenues and practical effects and stuff like that, and like other types of illustration and stuff. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. You said you never know. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I have all these preconceptions in my head of what it's gonna be, and then when I get there, you know, you don't know where it takes you.
Right.
Someone said that we'll go as far as you can go, and once you get there, you'll be able to see further. So
that's how that works. I mean, and that's one of the things that's always interesting pretty much about anything, but specifically art, is you work to get to a certain point, and when you take a look around, you're like, wow, I didn't know anything. And now that I'm here, I know even less than I didn't know that I knew back before I started, if that makes any sense. I know I choked on my words, but yeah, but the cool thing is about art is, you know, if your brain works in that way, it's a small transition to go from, you know, visualizing painting someone's body to visualizing the story that's about to happen in camera.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I can meet a lot of artists, and I know you guys can do all kinds of things, you know, and that's the cool thing. Like, you know, and a lot of people don't understand, you know, but artists, I think they do, you know.
Right. And it's very uncommon to talk to an artist that might be drawing. Let's just go with pretty much anyone. I hung out with a bunch of people in the entertainment industry, right? Jack specifically. Let's talk Jack. Since he's not here, we can talk about him. Jack works for DreamWorks TV. And on the side, he's constantly working on different books and like his Instagram, or not Instagram, sorry, his Inktober was an entire story. So this kid, not only is he directing animation for one of the coolest studios out there, right, but he continues to stay busy working on writing stories and illustrating the stories that he just wrote. Like this kid's got 3 books done.
Yeah, that's true.
3 books done, you know? Here, to toot my own horn a little bit, I draw a little bit. I'm working on a documentary a little bit. And there's some other stuff that I'm doing right now that's, you know, I was driving around in my car today just testing out some things because there's other things that I'm working on. So there's just creativity that has to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. You said it perfectly. It's about producing something, making something, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, if it gets to the point where you're like, okay, well, that's done. You look around and something else triggers an idea and you're off and running in that direction.
Right.
And that's what's cool about the creative brain.
It's always something new, you know?
Speaking of which, that's a perfect segue because there was a new study by Drexel University, and this is coming from Fast Co-Design. I'm not exactly sure if that's the name of the reporter, or not the reporter, but the actual website. That's co.design or Fast Co-Design. Dave Atsey says, I always feel like I have too many ideas, not enough time. That's a problem. And it's not just you. Like I literally have, oh, look, I can show you guys this right now. On Candy Crush, I'm on level 2310. But that wasn't what I was going to show you. That's
going to be what you're known for.
22,310. But Dave, specifically for your comment, this is the reminders app on my iPhone. Let me take it off the tripod. I have, can you guys see? Look at, I have so many. These are all ideas that I want to get to.
There it goes. Yep. Whoa.
Yeah, like, and you can scroll, and it's just, you know, these are all ideas that I want to get to. But the thing is, you have to be realistic about it. Mm-hmm. So I'm a firm believer in, if you have an idea, you write it down, and now it has importance because you just gave your idea an existence, right? And everything in existence automatically has an importance to it. Now, the level of importance is where you start filtering all your ideas, right? I might not get to half these ideas, but the other half I'm going to. So I'll flip through my idea list, and then I showed you guys my dry erase board months ago. So from the ideas, this is just me trying to remember all the goofy ideas that I had. Mm-hmm. Once I start working on them, they get on the dry erase board, And once they're done, they get off the dry erase board and they get posted, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on coconutjustice.threadless.com, or Twitch or YouTube, whatever the case may be. It gets delivered, then it gets off the board, and then we go again. So, yeah, you're welcome, Dave. So yeah, like those ideas. Yeah. And what's interesting is you'll find that some of your ideas will fit into either someone else's idea or someone else's need. Okay. So this has happened a bunch of times where I'm working on something, and someone will reach out and be like, man, I really want to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have the perfect idea for that. And then I flip through my reminders app, right? And then the cool thing about the reminders app on the iPhone, and I'm sure even if you're not on the iPhone, if you're on anything else, you can find something that'll do this. But if there's a time frame set to it, I put the alert on there and I do all kinds of stuff, you know, just to make sure that I'm not going to forget that there's a deliverable date.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a lot of times where I'm just sitting here and I think to myself, man, I wish I had something to do. I open up my reminders and I work on something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Whether it's a t-shirt idea, whether it's whatever the case may be, I take it off my phone and put it on the dry erase marker. So when I sit here, I just turn to the side and I say, oh, okay. It's super easy. I can see exactly the things that I'm trying to get out the door. Right there. Big as hell.
That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, let's get back to this article. This article basically says doodling has a real benefit for the brain.
What does?
Doodling, coloring, and free drawing increase blood flow to parts of the brain associated with reward.
Yeah, I can see that. They say lefties and driving or something. Spatial awareness produces a reward sensation or something. So like when you drive is the same thing as drawing or painting. It's judging spaces and things or something.
Yeah, that I can see that. Like imagine like you're about to go on a family trip and you have a bunch of stuff to fit in the car and it fits and you close the trunk and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Like, if it was a video game, you'd have sparkles coming off you.
That's cool, though. I honestly, I think I'm gonna get like Alzheimer's or something when I get older. So I'm like always so crazy, paranoid thing. Like I gotta do something to keep my mind active, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think like.
And apparently, you know, according to the Drexel University, yeah, just drawing, sketching, and not even having anything to prove, just doing that.
As they cut funding from art classes across the United States.
And that's, yeah, that's, no, we do. Yeah, we I don't know if we have that much time. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part is our kids are, and we can get back on the getting creative thing here in a second, but our kids are, the creativity is being taken away from our kids. So our kids' creative thinking is leaving. So now they're expecting A, B, C, D, but if life throws you A, C, D, B, they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Because the creative thinking is gone.
Yeah, I agree. I think art creates that creative thinking in everybody too, I think.
Yeah, art is a problem solving. Like, how do I turn this circle into a, hang on, what is it? Perfect segue, but I'm ruining it. How do I turn this circle into a
AI?
animal with tentacles. Tentacle legs. Fun prompt. Weekly fun prompt. Animal with tentacle legs from a circle. So yeah, so there. Creative people have really cool brains because they're constantly doodling. And I even do that if I'm at a job somewhere and there's a meeting that's happening. I find myself, I can retain more information if I'm obviously taking notes, but also sketching on the side. It's crazy that way. And then there's this other thing. Now that I'm looking over here on the right-hand side, it says Instagram is using AI human hybrids to shape what you see next.
That's kind of creepy. That's cool, but creepy.
Yeah, it is. It's a little creepy.
Aren't you guys creeped out when you have suggestions of what you want, or when you look up a word or something? I looked up colleges for my girlfriend or something for some reason. Then Pandora played, "Do you want to go back to college?" I'm like, I have a college degree, yeah. You know, I'm like, damn it. I'm like, she thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, damn it, they're listening to me, you know? Like, I swear to God, like, I'm feeling like paranoid now. Like, is it listening to the speakers or conversation or texts? I don't know. She's like, you need to get out your place.
There was something super creepy that happened to me like that just a couple weeks ago. I was talking about something, and then I went to YouTube, and the video, not the actual video, but something in that topic, popped up, and I was like,
"Oh, it gets crazy."
Okay,
yeah. I've had that happen. I've had that happen, especially with YouTube, or like one little thing gets popped up on the Facebook. I feel like Facebook's like the catalyst now. One little thing gets popped up, and then all of a sudden, I'm seeing ads for that for a week, and like recommended searches and stuff like that. I'm like, no. Even if you click on it wrong, say you drop something on your desk or something like that, or you're fixing a cord and you bump your mouse and you click something, it goes on while it's on your Facebook. I've had that happen, and then it's like, hour later I get a different ad in a different way about that same, heating or air conditioning or something crazy.
What's funny is Pandora still thinks that I live in Chicago, and it serves up all the Spanish ads from Chicago. I'm like, okay, so not only are you geographically wrong, but you're also racist.
Pandora's
maybe that's what you want to see.
I heard I was watching this thing. Stephen Hawking said that artificial intelligence in the future will be a danger to humans because artificial intelligence will be able to make a better version of itself, and it'll just, I don't know. I guess it's not a good thing they can do that.
Who was it? I think it was Google. Had two AI systems running on two computers, but then they were communicating with themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
The both AIs created a language that only them two understood.
Wow. That's scary.
Yeah. If you think I'm kidding, Google that. They had two AIs, and the AIs created their own language.
Did they turn it off?
Yeah, they unplugged.
Did they kill those two? Because those two don't need to live.
Yeah. Like you're way too smart now.
Yeah. No.
Self-aware was the Terminator.
Mm-hmm. Be some like.
Have you guys seen what's your opinion on there's some AIs out there. I know Google is doing this and Adobe actually was showing some of this in some of their sneak previews.
Mm-hmm.
in Google, you could just type in what you're looking for, and the Google AI will either find or draw whatever topic you're looking for. So you can type in there a shoe, and then it'll find a shoe for you, or draw a shoe for you. And in the Adobe sneak peek that they were doing, you're able to kind of draw something, and it would go and find that photo for you or that illustration for you. It would finish it for you.
It would fit. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I believe it's available to pretty much anyone. I don't think you need to be a Creative Cloud member, but do a search for Adobe Max 2017 sneak peeks.
Okay.
And then click on and watch the video. They did a lot of stuff like removing, it's called content aware.
They
did a lot of that stuff, but this image recognition thing was a little bit bonkers. Oh, girl just drew a little bit of something, and it understood what she was trying to do, and it went and it finished the drawing for her.
Oh, that's creepy.
Or it went and it found the picture for her, or the 3D model for her, whatever it was. It was crazy. So with that being said, like, how do you guys think, what's the future going to look like for creative people if we have machines doing creative work?
I don't know if we ever really do that. I think you still need some type of human input. Maybe we'll have machines. We control machines to help us, you know?
Yeah.
Because then I wouldn't really call that creative, you know?
Yeah.
It's more I don't know. I mean, we can do procedural art now. There's low level forms of that, but you know, I don't think we.
Because I'll tell you, this is right around the corner. When you're gonna be talking to Photoshop in the next year. That's a guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it. It's amazing.
In what way? What's the functionality that
you click on Photoshop and you say, find me a picture of a surfer. It'll go and find you a picture of a surfer.
Okay.
Like,
and then
like
you'll be able to filter through the surfers, and you grab the picture that you think works in your design, right? But then there's also another thing, or I think it was in Adobe XD, which is the application design software. So basically you can do like frameworks and rough designs for different apps. They clicked on the button and they said, make me a layout for an iPhone 8. And I think you can say 8 screens. Right. So that's right around the corner. That's about to happen.
Right.
So now imagine being able to, and this might be cool. Taking it this far might be cool, where you say, hey, Photoshop, give me a circle 8 pixels wide, or 8 pixels, or not 8, 50 pixel circumference, and make it a blue. And then Photoshop will draw a circle, and then move it to the right 10 pixels. I can see where that would start becoming fun, because you're doing more creative direction than you are actually like drawing circles and stuff.
Yeah, I think that, you know, the artist is going to be more of like an architect of everything.
Yeah.
And like Charlie said, like more like the machines maybe, or something, do like a grunt work, which is weird to think that, you know, like drawing or painting something is like a grunt work, but maybe that's how it'll go. Yeah. You know, the director of the project, you know, is creating something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's more of assisting you. Yeah. Which maybe that makes us produce more creative things, you know.
That's the hope. Because right now, if you have an idea, actually getting to the finished product gets to be clunky, because this is assuming that you have the proper software. And then you have to know the software, and then you have to, and by the time you show up, you're like, man, I'm done.
Yeah.
But if the software can get out of the way and just,
Yeah, I mean, when everything switched to digital, there's this huge like, oh, is digital going to take over? That's the same kind of, I guess, argument, right? Is digital going to take over traditional artists and traditional art? And,
right. That whole thing. There's two words that'll fix that whole argument: solar flare. We're one good solar flare away from going back to traditional. It's hard to do digital with no electricity. EMP goes off. That's another one. EMP. We're back to traditional. Charlie gonna be picking up clay, doing environments and sculpting.
just tired at the end of each day.
Oh God.
Just saying, I'm working on the west wing of.
So good.
This is becoming a builder at that point.
It's kind of cool though. Being at Comic-Con, I was one of the few like traditional artists that are making things live, and man, there's a huge demand for what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it. You have a nice little following, nice little group watching you. 40, 50 people. Where I had to be like, oh, I'm trying to get to the front. Excuse me. And then I'm trying to get to the front. Excuse me. Took me a little bit to get up there, and then finally be like,
Charlie's like, "That's my buddy."
Do the quick
Diego
hey.
Diablo.
No, it was too many people. So it was scary. I just wanted to be like a quick hey and keep going.
Yeah.
Because last time we said hi to somebody that was working, that was Steve Tarkovsky, and he shouted us out as we were just kind of walking past, and
he stopped his whole presentation.
70 people turned around and were like, "Why are we looking at you?" I'm like, "Hey, I didn't."
We didn't tell him to do that.
Yeah. Some dude's looking at me. He's like, "Should I write their name down or should I? I don't know."
Yes.
Like some student, some young guy was like, "I'm here for the key shot thing, but he said their name." I think that was like that's the face the guy had because he was like taking notes.
Yeah,
he was like, I don't know if I should write their names down and follow that podcast or not.
That's cool.
Super cool that you did that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's cool, man. Like I like being traditional because it's weird that I'm kind of like I'm not common in a way now, which is opposite. I thought like traditional people would be like stuffed down and yeah, and it's at least in real life, like in live when you do things live,
right,
a nice domain for it. So,
and even then, like being traditional and being live are two completely different things. Because there was one show that Jack and I did a live drawing session of the fun prompt that we had, and Chilo, who is a phenomenal artist, was like, I don't understand how you guys are doing that live. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're like I can't wait to meet Chilo. Like, that's my dude. Actually, that's Shiloh's work right there.
There it is.
I like this show. Yeah, it made it through the fire. Yeah, son. But yeah, like even he was like, I don't know how you guys are doing that stuff live. I'm like, what are you, crazy, dude? Do you follow yourself on Instagram?
Was he talking about just the show in general, or like when you guys did the?
Well, no, when we were drawing live.
Really?
Yeah, we were drawing live. We freaked them out, and then I'm like, we have undo. Like Diego has like a new T-shirt. He has to go get a new T-shirt out the box. Like, so if he's freaking out over us drawing digitally, I look at Diego with that same trepidation, like the same nervousness.
Well, even all the different stuff that Diego does, you know, the body paint, the shirts, even the regular drawings. I'd be like that one bad like push of the airbrush, you know, on whatever medium he's using. It's like, how do you fix that?
You're about to finish, and your finger has that twitch, like, it just sprays on it.
I still might give myself some stuff, you know, but it's like a habit. It's like
how to like correct it as you go with the tool that you use the most. Guess you can do two other sprays that like fixes that mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's guys that, you know, that can do stuff, you know, without an audience, and I don't know. Sometimes it makes me better. I think it's weird. I don't know if that's whatever.
No, that makes sense.
You know,
there's a bunch of happy accidents that happen when I'm working in 3D or doing a particle effect or something like that, and I'm like, that didn't work. That didn't work how they're supposed to be.
I meant to do that.
Makes it look better. Okay. Yeah, lately I've been getting a lot more into simulations and effects type stuff, and even more. And like a lot of that stuff, when you start getting, it's starting to be a lot more technical, but it's node based too. So like this gets connected into this gets connected into this, and it's supposed to do this, and then you're like, you'll do it, and then you're like, didn't do that, but it did do something a lot cooler. But I kind of needed to do that. so you just kind of like happy accidents will happen, but then it's like, I'll just save this one out and we'll come back to this, come back to this version. But then you sit there and you work at it and you get it. You know, I guess like you said, Diego, this makes you better. You know, because it's like I kind of need to look like, you know, water and not, you know, sticky paint. You know, so how do I do this and how do I fix this? You know, and I guess that's just another form of problem solving in terms of,
this is a
problem of like turning that splotch into a amazing stroke or line. Yeah. So yeah,
that's cool.
Work through it.
Okay, with that, let's go ahead and kick off the this or that. Boom, 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 boom.
I like how you singing.
Boom, 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 boom.
Sounds like
Did I tell you guys that I was on level, what was it, 2310 on? I might have to start streaming my Candy Crushing because I like.
Yo, see, so I'm gonna say something.
Boss.
Jack's not here.
Candy Crush boss.
And I don't really feel
2310, son.
Like I have enough, you know, voice in this right now. But we're gonna talk about this when you come back. How much you have like dropped Candy Crush this episode? Way more than normal, and I feel like you're taking advantage of me not having the other person here.
That's kind of true. Because usually
Jack will like interrupt and say no.
I know. I know I've pushed it too far. When Jack throws his hands up, he's like, okay.
And you've dropped Candy Crush more than you've dropped in any other show
that's in real life too. Like
you're doing segues to talk about. Like, did you just start playing again lately or something? Is the fix back?
No. It's always there. I just
you see Candy
Crush won't stop.
YouTube.
Yeah, he
can't stop.
He just keeps playing it and he keeps saying I'm on level net. I'm like, and I keep telling him, Carlos, they don't have any, like, there's no end goal.
It's all
I'd rather you play something else.
Small rewards.
Yeah.
Keep me going.
I'd rather you play something else that you could say, I've conquered that thing.
I've conquered Candy Crush.
No, you haven't.
I've conquered Candy Crush 2,309 times.
There's no ending though. It's literally like it's really, really mean on the part of a developer to have a counter that just keeps counting up levels that never stop. and it just recycles procedural. Let's just have this algorithm. We talked about algorithm earlier. It just changes the game, or just changes one row, and then we'll just give him more shiny things and tell him he's on a different level. And now you're in the magenta blue level, and rather the last 20 levels were aqua red. You know, it's like weird. It's like it doesn't stop. We need to get you off Candy Crush.
Your lack of support is so.
As a developer, I'm
astounding.
I feel bad that they have you on the hook like that.
So hey, Diego, this or that, level 2,300. No, just kidding.
No, you're not.
No, I am. This or that, oil or acrylic?
Acrylic.
Instagram Live or Twitch?
Twitch.
Of course.
Minute.
Do you prefer music or the sound of silence when you're working?
Music?
Music?
Yeah, music.
Do you, while listening to music, do you listen to rock or hip hop?
Oh man, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Or what do you listen to?
Does it classical? Is that?
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's not. Doesn't nerve wrack. It just calm or like just.
Yeah.
Like a hipster, just.
You got to be careful with that though, because like with great power comes great responsibility. Because I used to listen to classical music driving. You will miss about 5-6 exits if the right song is playing.
Yeah.
Like, that one comes on, you better make sure that your GPS is on and talking loud.
Mm-hmm. I've missed so many. Hour out the way, man. I've drove
an hour. All right. Do you buy music or do you stream?
Stream. I don't think I ever bought. I don't know the last time I bought music. That's wrong. I know. I'm like, people pay for my work and pay for my stuff, and then I want to, pay for other artists, stuff.
He's like, you paid for my art. That's enough paying.
Oh man.
So since you stream, do you Pandora or Spotify?
Spotify.
Nice.
Yeah, I can control it. Pandora is just random. You don't know what's gonna pop up. Although.
Yeah. Well. Unless you go, what is that, Pandora Pro or something like that?
Yeah. That's cool.
All right. So thank you for playing this or that.
Yeah.
That then leads us into artist inspiration. You're the inspiration. You bring meaning to my life. You're the inspiration. This week, folks, we're going to take a look at Steph Obel or Stephanie Rizzo. Did I show you guys this one yet?
No. There's a possibility. No. I don't know. I feel like maybe. Let's go. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know if I have or not.
Don't you hate when that happens? You're like, ah.
But she's amazing. So if I have already, then more better. So Stephanie is a barista by day and an illustrator by night. And if I don't hurry up and find some sort of work, I might be doing the same damn thing.
You'll meet a lot of people though, right?
Yeah, right. Everything about her work is super tight. I was watching her on, speaking of Instagram Live. She streams almost every night, or quite a bit. I can't say every night, but quite a bit. And yeah, I think this fox was the one that I was watching happen. Just everything. I know she uses Photoshop.
Okay.
But her pencils are legit. And so if you go to Instagram.com/Steph, STEPH_Oble, OBLE, or if you're French, Oblé, or even Spanish for that matter. So yeah, you could just see she's got an incredible amount of animals in there. Got some toucans. She just finished up her Inktober, but they look like pencils.
Back up, that's ink?
No. Possibly.
Or did she draw in whatever chart?
No, she drew these in Photoshop.
Okay.
But she's using she must be using an ink pen, but it really does look like pencil.
It does.
Like a pencil
I
brush.
figured it was pencils.
Yeah.
I was mistaken.
But then you look here and she gets into colors too. Her color is just, it's solid. Look at that.
Yeah, it's solid. Yeah, I like that.
So if you're listening on iTunes, she drew it's basically a birthday card, and a dragon is trying to blow out his birthday candles. Dragon breathes fire. So he's not going to be able to blow out the candles because he's a dragon.
That'd be frustrating.
Very. So yeah, so take a look. Steph's work is, hey, look, she's already done. There's a animal with tentacles.
Nice.
So yeah, she even shows some of her processes and stuff. So yeah, she's amazing, and she streams at least on Instagram. I'm going to take a look and see if she's doing anything on Twitch and such. But yeah, take a look. Stephanie Rizzo, but it's Steph_Oble, OBLE. So there. Charlie, do you have anyone you would like to share?
Yes, I do. Real quick, Jack's not here. Did we talk about an artist they called Modern Day James?
I don't think so.
Good. Okay, cool. So we'll save that. Cool. Because I want to talk about that, because that could be a good little thing to show people that want to follow. So let's go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to share the application window. Let's see if this works. All right. So we're going to Instagram this week for mine.
Yeah.
And mine is, I'm at home. I need to follow him. Cool. Mine is called Mr. Nost. Sounds like toast. Mr. Nost. So he's a self-taught French artist, and he's a hip-hop enthusiast. So he's one of those guys that are super into hip-hop, and all his art is pretty much revolves around that. Now, I might test Carlos's hip-hop knowledge, because he should have a lot of it, based on some of the guys that he does. Now,
Wu-Tang.
Hey, buddy, shut up until I call you. Okay, cool.
I got excited.
Because you're going to love this guy. Let's check him out.
Biggie.
Boom. So there's Biggie, right? Look what he's using. Pencil.
Shut up.
Yeah, every once in a while I got to come back and let you know who's boss on this inspiration stuff.
Oh my God.
Here, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Same picture.
Nope.
Oh, Lord have mercy. He is dead on, son.
Mr. Carter?
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. And this is recent Mr. Carter. So this is like Jay-Z now, you know, which I like, you know. Shows what he looks like now. the father Jay-Z. You know, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Boom. Tell me who it is.
Nina Simone.
There you go. Are you reading it?
Cool. That one was. I cheated.
Rest in peace. Prodigy.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a cool one. Let me pull out for this one.
Whoa, easy.
Pull out. Yeah. So this one, I don't know how to show this one, but what happens with artists? Some artists do this on Instagram. Is I'm just gonna do this. Let's mess it up. They'll probably mess it up. They'll like post little sections of the picture. So This is a picture of Kendrick Lamar, but it's like huge, you know. So here it is. Yeah. Let's click on here. So here it is again. Once again, great detail. I don't know how he does this. I literally do not know how he does it. You know, like in terms of the shading and the build-up. All right. So this is a cool one because Carlos likes process. So they show his process. So look, now you can kind of get an idea of what his outlines look like. Look at this.
That's ridiculous. Mr. Nost.
I like how you put Mr.
That's
on there.
Ridiculous, sir.
Like you would address me as Mr.
After them pencils, son, you got
look at that.
Look at that. I'm officially following him now. But that picture, keep clicking. Get to the bare bones line art.
Yeah, that's it. So this is him right here.
Go one more.
Oh, there's one more?
Keep going. Bam. Dude. All you need is a blank piece of paper now.
It's scary how much how much shading takes over.
I don't even know
how to do it.
Oh man.
I wish Jack. I went back and forth all show because I thought maybe I should save this one because I kind of wanted Jack here.
Whatever you do,
don't show Jack.
Do not show. No. Don't show anyone on Midway Radio any of these because I like to do little cartoon versions of people on Midway Radio.
Just to mess up your whole thing.
Don't show them any of these. None of these.
Yo, Ryan might be watching the show already.
Yeah. Ryan just sent me a text. I'm fired.
It's good. Let's keep going. Look at this one. There's a little color in this one. I like this one.
So does the rap game.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. There you go. This is really good.
These kids putting tattoos on their face. I mean,
on their necks and yeah.
You do you, but
they're in it. They mean this is what they're gonna do. They in it.
That's that's a very good point.
Look at the. It's just a normal. I don't want to say it's a normal drawing, but like his shading skills are on another level. Because the drawing itself is great, but it's just he's perfected the perfect outline for himself. You know, to like
Alicia?
To fill in. Oh yeah, Alicia Keys. It's like natural, Alicia.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Oh yeah. So they pull this back.
Hold my heart.
They gotta pull this one back. Hold on. Where's that for you guys? There you guys. You guys can see it here. I can't go really full. Can I go full screen with this without messing me up? Yeah, I can. Right?
Bonkers. Bonkers.
So there it is right there.
Mr. Nost.
And then it shows the breakdown of that. Oh, I like how it's showing this off on the stream right now. That's cool. There's Biggie. There's how big
He's
Jay
got
was.
Tupac way down there.
Tupac.
Do not show. Oh, he got M down there? Come
on,
man.
Yeah, let's keep going.
I don't.
Look at the Jay-Z one. The Lady one. Look, the outline one was cool. Oh, yeah, this is the one I thought you might like. Carlos, the MF Doom one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, J. Cole on here also. There's a bunch of them here. Eminem. There's one more. And then we can pull off him. Oh yeah, James Brown was a cool one too. You know, James Brown, the line art doesn't even look. I don't know how he's doing this actually.
The picture of Nas looks like a picture of Nas in the newspaper.
Yeah.
You got MLK? Come on, man.
Yeah. It's like the classic one too.
That's angry Martin Luther. Dude.
You can put Yellow Wolf on there. So yeah, check him out. Please follow him, Mr. Nost. He's a great artist.
He's got Dr. Dre in there.
Yeah, at the end there.
Oh, he's got some very artistic ones, like some of the faces. Charlie, scroll way down. Look at the one right there. Those faces are busted.
Yeah, it's DJ Premier and Royce the 5'9". Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, he just got another follower.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for owning Artist Inspiration yet again.
Yeah, it's okay. Everybody needs that in their life.
Every once in a while. Diego Diablo.
Yep.
Do you have anyone that you would like to show off?
Yeah, there's a guy in Vegas. Gear Duran.
Ah, awesome.
I don't know if any of you know who that guy is. What his handle is and look him up real fast. Yeah, it's just Gear, like a gear or whatever, and then Duran. I'm not sure how to share it on the screen or whatever. But.
Let me see. Maybe.
I'll look it up. His stuff is really cool. He does a lot of digital stuff and airbrush like graffiti art, and he kind of mixes it with. I think he's like working with Wacom right now. Wacom.
Welcome, yeah.
And he does some like digital art, kind of, and.
This dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's even got that official welcome mug, coffee mug.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When look at the keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
He's got keyboards everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bam.
Cool stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I like where he's going with the merging digital stuff with traditional graffiti airbrush stuff. So it's kind of like doing his own thing in that industry.
Looks like he paints cars.
Yeah, he's a graffiti artist, airbrush graffiti guy. It's kind of doing that.
Clash of cans.
So
yeah, this is some really cool. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like Freddie and Jason put together.
Right.
But like with a Dr. Dre twist. Yeah, I'm about to follow him. So yeah, if you're on Instagram, it's instagram.com/gear, Gear Duran, Duran.
Is he doing ZBrush?
Is he getting? Look at that.
Nice.
Crop painter.
Getting a ZBrush look like.
I think I'm getting ZBrush. This is really cool stuff. Look at it. His use of color is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I like it. We're getting into his personal life now.
He's actually on Skin Wars season 1.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he didn't. He think he made it to like 3rd or something, some 4th place.
Yeah.
My thing was like, if they were, I think they were doing the season right now. They're in the midst of it. I kind of want to win, just because I like this guy. And I was like, hey, I want to get first. I don't know. That's just my
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing.
Look at him. This is a picture of him getting tapped into the Matrix.
That's cool.
Crazy.
That's crazy cool.
Cool. So yeah, Instagram.com/GearDuran. Very cool.
Stuff.
All right, and with that, y'all, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Hey, Diego, if people are looking for you and everything that you're working on the onlines, where can people find you?
Just go to mindlesspaint.com. Or twitch.com/mindlesspaint, and that's my handle for like Twitter, at mindlesspaint on Instagram. So check that out. You can see all my work and all that stuff there. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
No problem, man,
Hey,
guys.
Charles.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on my website. You can go to artstation.com/CharlieBW3. You can go to cargocollector.com/CharlieB. I have an amazing Pinterest stash. Go to Pinterest.com/CharlieBW3. Get some inspiration boards with all type of stuff. I use it all the time. It's really good. We spoke about it tonight. I can't say enough about it. It's multifaceted. It's good. Get in your life.
Boom. Oh, and not with us tonight is Jack. It's sketchbookjack.com and sketchbookjack everywhere else. I'm Carlos. You can find me at coconutjustice.com, Coconut Justice everywhere else. And I'm going to be trying to follow suit with all these cool folks that have been streaming on Twitch and such. So you can find me at twitch.com/coconutjustice. Yeah, I'm out there. Just look for Coconut Justice, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. This is Sketch Zone. You can find us at sketch.zone. This was episode 124. I know I mentioned it in the beginning of the show, but I'm mentioning again. Why? Because we have 123 other shows that you can enjoy. Yeah. And we try to be here every week, and you can participate. Just like Dave Atsey, he was here. Fitzy Fitzmaurice was here. Who else was in the chat room? I can't tell. There's a handful of people. So if you participate in the chat room, it's a live show, so we try to answer all your questions. But yeah, go to sketch.zone, and you can find us facebook.com/thesketchzone, and Instagram is Sketch Zone Podcast and all that good stuff. But if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch right now, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and then that way you'll get all the alerts when we go live.
Yeah, follow us on Twitch.
Follow us on Twitch.
And then Diego, shout out your Twitch channel, please.
Twitch.com/mindlesspaint. So
boom. Follow my boy Diego. I know I already have. I'm going to be watching him. We have to figure out how we can stream together, because I know it's possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can.
I know it's possible.
Because what you can do too is you can send the stream people our way, and we can send them their way. So if he was streaming now, we can then like host his stream on our stream. So
I can bring my followers.
Yeah.
Huh. Dope.
We'll get it working. We'll get it going.
Otherwise, you can find us on Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google. See what happens when you try to talk too fast? Mm-hmm. You can find us on Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, and, of course, iTunes. We are all out there. Yeah. So that's it for us. Everyone, have a good week.
Have a good week, everyone.
All right, guys.